Hi there. I thought I'd do another quick demonstration of the Sharp Sky focuser with USB control now. It's going to be a little bit tricky because obviously it's going to be difficult to show the computer and the hardware at the same time. But I suppose the computer's not all that important to see. It's just standard, client control program, whether it's my client or Maxim DL or Images Plus or whatever. It doesn't make any difference. They're all ASCOM compliant, so it doesn't make too much difference. So I thought I'd just concentrate on the hardware bit, as obviously that's what this is all about. So similar setup to the previous arrangement. So if I just connect the power, alright, cool. So the little heartbeat LED is flashing, showing all is well with the PIC. The USB is currently disconnected. The other end of the cable is plugged into a laptop. It's an old Toshiba Tecra M3 running Windows 7 Home Edition. So the other end of the cable is plugged in. Currently this LED is on, indicating that the USB is disconnected. So if I plug the USB cable in, the PC makes a characteristic ding-dong noise, indicating that a USB device is being connected, and the LED is now extinguished, indicating that the PIC's happy and the USB is connected. Manual control still working as it was in the previous video, on a reasonably small step size. I think something like 10 or 15 steps, something like that. So manual control operates at the same time as PC control. The two run together. Okay, so I can't really show the PC because I've got the camera on a bracket, so it's a bit difficult. But I'll connect the PC. So I'm selecting the Sharp Sky focus driver and just in the ASCOM chooser, okaying. Okay, it's connected. So I've got the three step sizes configured: 2 steps, 20 steps, and 100 steps. So fine, medium, and coarse. That just happens to be on my client program because I can set all 3 independently, so it makes it easier to demonstrate. So if I select the finest set, so this is 2 steps. You'll notice the LEDs on the end will flash when I select this. So if I'm selecting fine out at the moment, for want of a better direction. So step. I don't know if you can see that pencil moving. Just a teeny amount. I mean, it's so small you can barely see it. I'm not sure how well the camera's going to resolve that. So if I just keep clicking, so I'm press. You can just see the pencil moving. So that's in one direction. That was fine out. If I select fine in, I don't know if you can hear me actually clicking on the. That's maybe clicking about twice a second. You can just see the pencil moving very slowly. So that's 2 steps. 1 step so small you can't really see it. So I decided to go for 2. Okay, so that was 2 steps. This is a 20-step movement. So it's reasonably fast, considering the motor's got a gearbox. So that's 20 steps in one direction on the PC. Again, manual control still working. 20 steps in the other direction. Give it a few times. Okay, then 100 steps counterclockwise. Again, manual control, PC control, back in the opposite direction. Now I've got the temperature probe is here. I've mounted the temperature probe on top of the motor box because I've run the temperature sensor connections through the cable. As I said on the previous video, you can also attach the temperature sensor to this connector if you want. It comes on a 1 meter flying lead. I've just cut the lead off and mounted it on here. I think it works quite well on the actual focuser motor housing, because obviously that's going to be physically close to the focuser, which is kind of where you want to know where the temperature is. You're going to have to believe me. If I hit temperature on the GUI, I'm getting 21.69. So if I just hang on to that for a second, let my fingers warm it up for maybe 5-10 seconds. Okay, and then I'll hit temperature again. So you just have to believe me. 27.19. So that's what my little GUI client is reporting. But obviously the temperature would be reported just as faithfully through any other ASCOM compliant focus client. What else can I say? Okay, so if I was to disconnect the USB, so the LED comes back on, the computer's made its characteristic noise. I can reconnect the USB, light goes out. I can disconnect this, doesn't need disconnected, I can disconnect this. I have to reconnect the PC because I pulled the USB out. If you pull the USB, the client automatically disconnects. Okay, so I've reconnected the PC, and now it's under PC control. The manual control is hot pluggable, so I can just plug that in whenever I want, and gain manual control back again. Again, if I push the center button, the LED comes on showing that it's in manual mode. Oh, I know what I can show you. The boot mode. I've written a GUI for the focuser, which allows you to reflash the PIC over the USB without needing any specialized programmer. The PIC is running a page 1 bootloader, and once the PIC is put into bootloader mode, the bootloader on the PC recognizes that, and then all you have to do is pick up the hex file, which is effectively the firmware, and then you can reflash it over the USB link. To get it into boot mode is really simple. You just disconnect the power. You press try and do this with 2 hands. Press and hold the center button, just like that, and then reconnect the power. And at the moment the PC is so it's the same minute. The PC, because this is the first time I've gone into boot mode on this PC, it's just installing the driver for an automatic PC driver install for the boot mode. So bear with me a second while it installs that. So there you go. This is what would happen if you were trying it for the first time. I'm not sure this PC has got an internet connection. Just bear with me a minute. It says it's installing driver software on the PC, because when the PIC goes into bootloader mode, it appears as a new HID device to the PC. So the PC, oh there we go, so it's done it. That's a relief. So you can now see that the PC's installed the driver, and this LED has started flashing. That indicates it's gone into bootloader mode. Normally it wouldn't take that long, so I'll re-demonstrate. Field trialing. Okay, try it again. It worked, it just took a little bit longer because the PC had to install the software. So if I, the PC is now saying USB input device driver successfully installed. So if I press the button, apply the power, now the LED starts flashing immediately because the PC is happy with it now. That indicates that the PIC is now in bootloader mode. So if I had the application running, I could now load the PIC image into the PC, erase the PIC, which will erase the application, but obviously not the bootloader, and then I could pick up a new hex file if there's been some updates or improvements on the PC, and then reflash the PIC over the USB, and then the last stage is to reset the PIC, and once you reset the PIC, then essentially the application comes back up the heartbeat LED starts flashing, and your new PIC firmware is now up and running. I hope that's clear. If it's not, then just send me an email, and I'll try and elaborate a little bit on it. I think it's fairly straightforward. But so basically, the bottom line is you can take PIC firmware updates without needing a PIC programmer. You just need the little application for the PC, which I'll put on the website. So yeah, any questions? Just email me. Thanks for watching. Cheers.